create history, fall through the misery, weather the storm. Can't let them get to me, no weapon form shall prosper. Be all over my roster, I got options. I keep it right on the dresser, next to the Oscar, applying pressure. Somebody stop us. Woo! Applying pressure, somebody stop us. Running my concert, go need a doctor, go need a doctor, go need a what? I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my head. Go on, tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my head. Go on, tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. So now they on my body. Made it to the top. Ain't no way that they can stop me now. They gon' say I joined the Illuminati. I got demons all around me. Tell me what they know about me, huh? I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my head. Go on, tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my head. Go on, tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop top. Something by Benz looking cute. That's honest. Her and her friends, big blinks and snatch waist. Yeah, she brought the. Ain't no way somebody daddy ain't gon' give her the spins with her ends. Cause yeah, she did it. She did it again. A few more tracks and this time she brought friends. Big baby on her way up and showed the steps to a man's. Not salute the general. TGLX got plans. Yeah. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
They don't know what they in for. If we coming like this on the intro, what they here for. If they want to
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight we reach the unofficial midway point of the season with a good Monday night battle between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense for the Broncos, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Chargers sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, You have to take that time and run with it, and that's what they're trying to get done here.
14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily soft.
Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. 20, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, they were advancing the ball. They had a couple first downs under their belt, but a big mistake there on the opening drive leads to 6 points the other direction.
And what a good read that was on his part, Brandon, because it prevents a possible scoring drive with how they were moving things along. And it gives the defense the early advantage. Was going to be a definitely entertaining battle between these units.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So the completion good for just 3. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the Broncos are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
18 big yards on that one and a Denver first. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. And they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Joey Bosa in on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends are like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
I was not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
An extra quarterback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Now it's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Taken in at the 22. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. It's Eckler again. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 8. Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he's got room. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Just a yard of the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's got some space here. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that 2nd level and 3rd, and that's what they were able to exploit.
Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Broncos. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. McManus's point after is good. And it's now 14-0.
Broncos 14. Chargers nothing.
Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. He finds his target, Allen. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 16. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is swung out to Eckler. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 12-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown! Gerald Everett, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers get a late score here, the final minute of the 1st half. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Taken from about the 12. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far.
About that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. Burrow knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Obviously, the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play. But the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit, too. Denied open windows. Erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the third quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They were handed great starting field position on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 4. Now Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Kenneth Walker, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
2nd and 9 now. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning, threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Finding Sutton on the out route who makes the catch. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Trying the left side with Walker. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock and you can
Here's Wilson to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Davis. And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Pat the street! Pat the street!
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 96 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Naturally so. The defense was keyed in on everyone but the back on that play, and it took them an extra second to react when he got the carry. It's still a tough 3rd down to pick up here, but a lot more manageable after an excellent carry on 2nd down.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, but we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands? Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Pass is tipped, but he's still able to bring it in. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now here's a throw that's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. third down. Here's Walker. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to Walker on 1st down. And down to the 41. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
They run again with Walker. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 129 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. And a tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. The 30. 10. 5. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 75 yards. And the Chargers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the Broncos are going to get the football. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Hand off here to Walker. Asante Samuel able to make the play defensively.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game. And while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now throwing on 3rd down
this defense, they came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. In motion right comes Allen. He'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught at the 10. A big play there for L.A. 42 yards. They'll look to throw. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for two and go for the win.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And, you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Joseph on for the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Wilson to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Charger drive about to get going.
All set up for them right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On the give, this is Eckler, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The slot man in motion right. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler.
106 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown. And in a crazy inning, a defensive score wins it.
Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, you know, for them to really...
For me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.